jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Yo, 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 yo. Salute to everybody in the PM. WCS back on deck once again. And you already know this is my reaction to the trash debate series that just went down. And I'm going to give my take on it. Don't be mad about the title. Don't worry about that. Don't be petty. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what the thumbnail is talking about. I'm just going over some things, right? On how, yelling and screaming and talking fast and being in the company of those who will never hold you accountable for anything unless they're the ones who are the debaters. You know what I'm saying? If they're the judges, they're going to pretty much ride with the person who's going to get them money on the back end, just like PBC. That's what the whole series is about, in my opinion, from my sources telling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to get that money on the back end. They're going to put it up like a Ponzi scheme and run this tournament. And then when it get down to the championship, it's going to be some type of freaking, up to the judges. As long as you have judges that are connected to whoever's hosting the debate, long as you have judges that's not being rendered like the coin flip that knockdown uses in the beginning, that is the only innocent mechanism associated with that debate. That is it. The coin flip. He can't control that. The coin flip. Everything else, bias. I'm going to touch on some points, man. I'm going to touch on some points. And this is not even, look, I ain't write anything down. I don't have to, man. I listen to every round, 10 minutes per round, 3 round. Sure, you have 10, 20, 30. 30 times 2 is 60. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to the round, I listen to the rebuttals and everything like this. Shout out to, Cam Edwards, who was over there debating, and they was debating Spence and Crawford. And they had different topics, okay? I'm going to play some sound bites. More so, I'm going to play some sound bites that I believe that's very pertinent to where I'm going with the whole bias type. You know what I'm saying? The biasness that goes on over there. See, one thing about Knockdown, right? He's did this so much that even I see he's getting burnt out. Even I feel like he's stalled and that clutch is worn the fuck out because he never really get out of first or second gear with these debates. That's why his losing record is the way it is. That's why he has those babysitters over there to help him get through and get back on on the winning streak so he can have some type of credibility to be the host of this debate series that's popping off with the grand prize. You know what I'm saying? He got the grand prize. Everybody put their money. Hey man, I'm not sitting up here complaining about what you want to do with your money. I'm not. If I did that, that would be considered hate. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. They want to put their money into a freaking debate where on the back ends, you know what I'm saying, they have this thing set up to where certain individuals are gonna get what they get. Good luck on that, bro. Good luck on that. Good luck on setting that up. But good debate from Cam. I thought he really didn't have a chance in hell to get a fair review, to be honest. When I heard ETB say after the first round, said he didn't say anything that was pertaining to the first question. Like, I don't think ETB was really paying attention to that first round anyway, just to get it out. I knew Knockdown was gonna freaking get the first round anyway. They're gonna cushion the coziness. You know what I'm saying? Cushion the dang cubicle that they in. They got to make it all plush and everything for him to lay down the second and third round. They got to all make it nice and plush. So I knew he was gonna automatically get that pillow in the first round. But you can't sit up here and say that Cam didn't make good points in the first round. That's a lie. When Knockdown is up here talking about shit that don't have anything to do with the fighter. Just because you talking and you talking about other fighters, bro, that's not the debate. Who are you having the debate on? So if I'm having the debate on the fighter, I'm going to name other fighters and try to compare them to this fighter over here. Your analogy that you attempted but failed, you was up here trying to attempt to deliver that to the people by saying Leo Santa Cruz and his fight with Gervonta Davis will determine who's the better fighter when the man was already how many weight divisions now? So you're trying to tell me all of a sudden he's not the better fighter because he lost to Tank Davis. But when he was winning those championships in those divisions, what fighter was he then? Were you comparing him to Tank? No, you weren't comparing him to Tank. No. So that's how debilitated your argument is when it comes to then making these strange, weird, retarded analogies. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Canelo, Dimitri Bivol. What if Dimitri Bivol would come down to where Canelo's at 168? Would he look the same? We don't know. But we know Canelo went up to the Dimitri Bivol's weight class as a smaller fighter. We know that. As a smaller fighter, we know that. So to say and use that in comparison to is stupid because the man went up to Dimitri Bivol's weight class where he's comfortable at. Dimitri Bivol didn't fight him at super middleweight. So you're trying to make all these comparisons to fighters just because they was in a moment where they fought someone who's supposed to be good. No, we can't put Leo Santa Cruz in there in the argument. He had nothing to do with the welterweight division. We can't bring Canelo Alvarez in there with Dimitri Bivol. He has nothing to do with the welterweight division, bro. What's wrong with you? This dude's on some other shit they don't sell on the streets. I swear to God. Somebody should check his room, man. He on some aerosol. For real. This dude's sniffing goddamn cans over there. This dude is one of the worst debaters on YouTube, period. He repeat the same talking points, but yeah, he talk about, I hope it's some different talking points. You will keep saying the same thing. Cam killed you in the first round, but yet your judges sit up there like ETB and say, what was he talking about? Like he didn't hear what he talking about, made good points. He did the same thing ETB did with BF, but ETB goddamn gave around the KO as if this man wanted to do it. Yeah, I listen, I pay attention. That's why I credit ETB and being BFTB because he was providing details. Cam was providing details. But just because he wasn't yelling, screaming, and cussing and dropping obscenities and profanity-laced freaking narratives and stuff, he didn't get the nod. All of a sudden, I don't know what you was talking about. You didn't talk about anything. You didn't say anything. How? He did the exact same thing, ETB, that I said that you did to BF. You dropped details. That's why I said you went over there and did what you did at the debate. But Cam did the exact same thing, and you just totally omitted. You omit the action, bro, like it don't matter. How? How does that work, bro? Y'all don't have no freaking integrity, man. The only person that had, in my opinion, integrity over there as a judge was G5. That's it. That's it. I'm talking about Goose was there for Cam. I'm talking about G5 and ETB. Only person, in my opinion, has some integrity and kind of broke down why he was giving his decision. Period. Anytime you get them other cats on the panel, man, they always gonna show love to their boy. Period. They always gonna show love to their boy. That's just the way it is, man. Junk was garbage, man. That shit was trash, man. Real talk. We're gonna get to some points because this dude was capping. Knockdown was seriously capping. This was the same dude who would sit up there and claim he smoked somebody like myself, right? But he's the same one that said Errol Spence knocked down Sean Porter with a right hook. And I said, no, it was a left hook. It was a right hook. I got the receipts, bro. This dude tried to act like he's on point. If you have 100 debates talking about Spence and Crawford and you still getting shit incorrect, something wrong with you. You need to make an appointment immediately and check and see what the hell wrong. How can you not archive information? How can you not use the mid part of your brain and use your mapping senses, your cataloging senses? As much as you have these debates, you still talking about the same bullshit you did debates about. Oh, the contract. You niggas can't produce one document. Cam told you if one thing changes on the motherfucking term sheet, that term sheet is null and void. You have to come up with a whole nother draft. Whatever was on that, what Crawford agreed to, whatever that was, he agreed to. And they send it back and it's changed. The shit is not the same. If you change and you have a whole nother year on there, is that what we agreed to in the previous term sheet that had 2022 on it? If Crawford agreed to 2022 and everything that was on there, 65-35, and then they sent it back and they sent that back and you say, oh, just sign it. Now, these is niggas that will sit up here and talk about going and getting the pistol out the trunk because they thought they had purchased a vehicle at 3.3% financing. But when the contract come back, somehow or another, it has 8.9. Oh, man, I'm going to get the pistol. I'm going to get the pistol, baby. Oh, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Who forged my contract? Who forged my signature, baby? Who did it? Who did it? You'll be up here talking about trying to end it all. Trying to end it all. Y'all keep on talking about contract and y'all niggas can't produce shit. You can't produce a piece of toilet paper. You keep talking about contracts and contracts. You niggas don't know contracts. You don't even go to fights. You don't even attend fights, man. It's some shit you said in here that's straight up cap that don't make any sense at all. And at this point in your debate history, your experience, you are still recycling garbage. Why are you recycling garbage in these debates? You should be astute as anybody on here, as much as you've debated Spence and Crawford. I'm not seeing the growth. I'm not seeing the growth, bro. Real talk. I'm not seeing the growth. I'm not seeing you being on point with certain areas of the debate. If you was on point, I would have said it. Okay, you on point with your shit. But see, y'all niggas can't understand that. Little motherfucker like that, they won't understand. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. But we're going to get to some sound bites and talk about this shit, bro. I'm not going to go up here and be all, in it for a long ass time. But shout out to the chat. Big shout out to the ones who on deck. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all that's tuned in. I don't give a fuck who you go get. You know what I'm saying? None of them niggas coming over here. They know what it is. They know what it is. What's going on, Tony? Tony Boswell on deck. Big Bunch of Boxing on deck. Juice Lee on deck. Knockdown 305 on deck. Haynes Legacy on deck. I am Cam Edwards. Salute the Cam, man. Good debate, bro. I try to be positive about it, being that you was behind enemy lines, but you broke down the details, and that's how you're supposed to talk to an adult. That's how you're supposed to talk to your son. You're supposed to talk to your son and provide details if you feel that they truly are not going to understand it if you was to talk fast and like you talking to the fellas and everything. But I felt you descriptively broke that shit down. You know what I'm saying? You was patient, you was calm, and you itemized it. You know what I'm saying? You had to find details line for line, which is very, very important. And I've seen people on the base before break shit down and provide details and get credit for it. But all of a sudden, ETB is over there saying like he don't know what you was talking about. You have to know what he's talking about. That's the same thing you did when BFTB was up there, goddamn arguing with the shadows on the wall, and you was up there providing details, even though he said, "Oh, he can't fuck with me. He ain't fuck with me. This, he ain't did that," and you was steadily being calm about it and breaking down details. But the night you sold yourself out, you sit up here and y'all steady trying to get this nigga back on Box Rec. They banned him from freaking being on Debate Rec, not Box Rec, Debate Rec. They banned his ass because he had too many losses in a row. They say you can't come back on here with all that goddamn red. You got to turn that red to green. All right, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna help you out, Knockdown. We're gonna get you back in the seat, man. We're gonna get you back in the winning circle. I'm giving sanctioned body rules from the subsections and where can you find it. Hey man, you broke the shit down, man. You know what I'm saying? And for them to sit up there and treat it as if it didn't happen, period, and to act like you was off topic. Come on, how are you off topic? Let's get to the audio though. Let's get to the audio. We ain't gonna, y'all don't want to hear me talk. Let's get to the audio, bro.
Three, Wilder versus Fury.
Hold on.
You on mute. If you cut the man off. Legacy fight. Instead of taking what many believe to be the biggest fight in boxing, he instead chose a voluntary defense that he gained nothing from. He gained absolutely nothing fighting David Avenesian. He fought a motherfucker that got knocked out by somebody that he already knocked out. Then what makes it even further.
So he said he just fought somebody that he already got knocked out, that already knocked him out. And we're talking about details, right? So they're trying to say accolades, which we want to get to later. They're trying to say accolades don't matter. Details matter, right? Isn't accolade details? Don't fighters get bigger paychecks with championships? Yes, they do. So that bullshit ass, trash, doo-doo ass narrative that was over there should have never been co-signed that, on this channel. No, you should have let them know that shit exists because accolades does matter. Accolades matter, period. That's how fighters get into the Hall of Fame. So the better fighter, I bet when Manny Pacquiao come into the picture, they don't have that accolade talk. Oh, accolade. Well, since you mentioned accolades, well, Manny Pacquiao, yes, exactly. People don't go back when Manny started boxing. They just say where he is right now. You know what I'm saying? You're breaking down details, but yet you don't know who beat David Avenesian. You couldn't say Igis Kavalaskis. That's detail shit. But I guess the judges weren't paying attention though.
And what I would love for somebody to address to me, bro, how in the fuck are you negotiating in bad faith and it's not a duck? What's bad faith?
See, first, this is a nigga that never been to a negotiation table, don't go to fights, right? He's in a Texas footprint that they have fights all the time, but this dude want to basically straddle his freaking lawn chair and sit behind the mic and just do live streams all the time. Maybe if you educated yourself by being in attendance and stop trying to damn create all these damn animated bullshit ass damn debate series where you want to just cuss people out and be unprofessional, and then you be capping the entire time you on that motherfucker, and they take a nigga like me to call you out on the shit. and you get all mad and start throwing a tantrum and pouting to my you hating. If that's you calling me on the phone from an unknown number, you know what I'm saying, nigga, don't even attempt to. For real. Why call me on an unknown number? You know what I'm saying? You had your opportunity. I called you. You didn't want to talk. You want to act like you didn't know what the 3 letters meant. I said WCS. You say who? Huh? What? I guess you didn't have permission to talk on the phone. But let's get back to you not knowing who Igis Kavalauskas was. Since Terrence Crawford negotiating in bad faith, how can it be bad faith? How can anything be bad faith when he earned a check from it? Y'all niggas stupid, are you dumb? We just seen a referee stop a fight and you talking about negotiating in bad faith like boxing has been about sanctification? Nigga, we ain't dealing with a righteous sport. This shit got motherfucking grimy written all over it from way, way back in the day. These niggas walking around here, well, we're Muslims, but we love our bacon breakfast. And yeah, give me some ham too. That's not really considered pork, is it? Yeah, give me some of that. You niggas going around here faking the funk, man. Y'all want to act like y'all one way, but y'all really the other way. How can it be bad faith if the man got paid? The man picked up another professional win. How can it be bad faith when Errol Spence has been inactive? So you take an inactive fighter and then you try to compare him to going over there, selling into a fight that's solid after a failed effort, no fault of his own, when they didn't want to fight in 2022. How can it be bad faith? Only to the dumb and stupid and the ignorant. As long as you keep on holding that freaking shit on your tongue and continue to goddamn vomit that shit everywhere you go, people gonna continue to say, yeah, maybe you should try something else. It stinks pretty bad. It stinks pretty bad. Good Lord. How long you been holding on to this? You brush? You floss? Get that shit out your mouth.
Bad faith is when you don't tell the other party what the hell you got going on. Good faith is when you let them know what you got.
So he said, don't tell the other party what's going on, right? Don't tell that. Bad faith is when you don't tell the other party. Now we're talking about a fighter who left his promoter. We're talking about a fighter who left his promoter, but yet this B-side seemed to have so much power all of a sudden. So much power only because they're basically pointing the finger and blaming him and putting liability on him. That's the only reason they really want to talk about Crawford. It's just to further demean whatever move he makes in boxing. No move he makes in boxing is worthy of them saying, okay, I respect that. Oh, okay, I respect that. Oh, okay, I respect that. No, they're not going to say they respect it. The man left the promotion and say, hey, Bob couldn't get me to fight while I was with him. He can't get it when I'm not with him. Boom, he goes over there and try to negotiate with them. They try to run game on him and everything else. At this moment, we currently have fighters in some promotion that's feeling some type of way about not getting their money. Everybody was tripping on AB, talking about, oh, AB, he don't know what he's talking about. He had to apologize. But what about this other fighter that's out there, supposedly, they haven't even got really the money that he's supposed to get? I suppose he was negotiating in bad faith too, right? I suppose he was negotiating in bad faith, because if the contractual details changed because the shit wasn't in the budget and they couldn't afford that fight, and this dumb nigga sitting up here talking about shit that happened in 2020. Nigga, you actually think Bud Crawford and Errol Spence was going to fight in 2020? Do you think they was going to have this motherfucker in the bubble? Nigga, put the aerosol cans down. Somebody go check on, do a welfare check on this nigga.
Going on so you can get the deal done. Good faith is what he did with BLK Prime. Told him everything, let him know that he was talking to PBC and them at the same time, that he was negotiating with both parties. Bad faith is what he did to PBC. Hey, I ain't tell him shit, because if I told him shit, they would have tried to say that I was a duck. No, if you told him shit, it would have showed that you was really trying to get the deal done. The fact that he didn't tell him, the fact that he hid it from him, lets you know that the man...
Look, I'll say this once again. This nigga talking about hiding. This nigga is talking about shit that we done before when we was at the tender age around 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? 5, 6, or 7 years old. When we was just outside the breaching point of cognizant understanding. These niggas are talking about hiding from the Grand Poobah, the man who everybody says is highly educated, graduated top 3 of a Harvard, very extremely intelligent businessman. He's up here still using the same deranged, delirious freaking narrative, talking about, oh, they hid that from Al. You know, they hid it. I feel so sorry for Al. They hid it from him. You know they did. They hid it from him. Oh my God. Ain't nobody hiding shit from Al. Nobody can hide shit from Al when it comes to this boxing shit. Al know what the fuck is going on. And for them to continue to run with the narrative, well, they didn't know that he was negotiating with BLK. Man, Al Hammond knew everything that was going on with BLK. They knew everything. They knew everything. And they refused to hold Al Hammond, responsible for anything. A good point Cam made was bringing up the point that Al said he didn't want nobody else touching it. So are you a manager, promoter, or what? He mentioned the Ali Act. I guess you didn't get no freaking breadcrumbs for that, buddy. You didn't get no breadcrumbs for that. Why did you even mention that? It made too much sense for you to mention it in the presence of individuals that didn't or has never been on that level of understanding. They're not sitting there being educated. They have their mind made up already. They just let you going through the motions, and that's it.
And was ducking, and he didn't want no smoke. D Brothers up here is from Omaha. You heard him say 412 or 402. I don't want to get the area code wrong. D Brothers up here is rocking heavy out there. Damn.
This nigga is garbage. He's using fillers after fillers after fillers to try to figure out what the hell he's gonna say. I will smoke you down, bro. You have to continue to forget what the fuck you on. You must be trying to sober up, nigga. That's what you doing. Your mind ain't right. You be forgetting shit, putting in filler freaking stuff, saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? That lets me know right there you be forgetting shit. Because you start talking about where the brothers at from Omaha. Why does your chat need to know where these niggas from? They biased as hell anyway. They don't give a fuck where these dudes from. They don't care because they Crawford supporters. They in the gym over there, Omaha. So you think they're gonna give them the courtesy to say, wow, I didn't know that. They from Omaha where Buzz at? I wonder, can they give me an autograph? Hey man, time him out. Time him out right now. He talking about getting an autograph from Bud. Time him out.
Niggas didn't know he was fighting David Avenesian, bro. They didn't know he was fighting David Avenesian. He pulled the wool out from under these niggas' eyes, bro. But he ain't ducking. Ain't no way around this shit, bro. Ain't no way around what a duck is. A duck.
See what I'm saying? Ain't no way around this shit. Ain't no way around what a duck is. All that is just niggas trying to figure shit out. And you're going to try to sit up here and say, Cam wasn't on point in the first round, and this nigga keep on getting off topic, just talking? Nigga, you don't have no motherfucking integrity about yourself. You out there to damn look out for your boy, that's it. This nigga just talking around in circles, man.
If you have an opportunity to fight one fighter, but you choose to fight a lesser fighter, use a goddamn duck, bro. In the man, there's no denying that he had the opportunity. He has the opportunity to fight that man right now, and we still waiting on the fight announcement.
So here we go. Once again, we're obviously talking about someone who's going through rehab or some type of substance recovery, because this dude is acting like the B-side have this all of a sudden impromptu power. All of a sudden, Bud has power. Bud didn't have no power when he was signed to Top Rank. Bud didn't have no power when he left Top Rank. Bud has no power when he went over there and negotiated in good faith. Yes, he did. He negotiated in good faith. Yes, he did. You know he did. But you're a motherfucking hater. That's why you won't tell him that he negotiated in good faith. He went over there without a promoter and in the presence of the Grand Poobah himself, Al Hammond. And he tried to make the fight happen. He tried to make the fight happen, but y'all not going to give him credit for that. Y'all not going to give him credit for that. He can't get credit for nothing. Negotiating in bad faith, right? Negotiating in bad faith is all I hear. They stuck on that terminology. Like they couldn't get past the, what's that LM? What is the rest? I just hear kids, LMNOP. What does that mean exactly? I can't get past what letters are. I just say, I hear L and P. What's in between? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. This dudes don't make no sense when they talk about negotiating bad faith, bro. Not at all. How did he negotiate in bad faith? How can the B side have so much power? How can the B side have so much power? How can the B side have so much power? They're creators.
All we heard from him all 2022 was Earl Spence and Jamel Charlo. I'm a beat Earl ass. If I can't get Earl, I won't fucking Jamel. I'm gonna fuck both of them up. That's all that nigga said publicly, bro. That's all he said publicly the whole goddamn time. The whole goddamn time. And
that's 3 times. That's all he said publicly. A whole goddamn time. That's all he said publicly. A whole damn time. That's all he said publicly. A whole goddamn time. But ETB, that's not staying on topic. That's just using fillers, bro. That's just using fillers, my guy. Come on, man. That's just using fillers. He said the same shit 3 times, which has nothing to do with any point making or nothing. You're not making or describing or proving your point at all. You just talking.
And what he do? He fought somebody that nobody knew he was fighting. Hell, if you really want to talk about the 2 parties, Bud Crawford is the only one that ever said he didn't want this fight. This nigga been telling us that this fight don't mean nothing to him. That the opportunity to be undisputed at 147 don't mean nothing to him. That nigga.
So they'll sit up here. They'll sit there and mention what Bud said because he was probably frustrated that he was finding out that the fight everybody been talking about with him and Errol Spence, that man don't want the fight. He been finding out not only does he not want the fight, but his people are trying their damnedest not to make the fight. See, that is the clear, concise fact of it all. There's no magic to it. The only magic is when it comes to people utilizing what God blessed them with, that selective amnesia shit. They choose to forget temporarily and act dumbfounded and stupid. You know what I'm saying? Act like it takes them back in elementary school when they was holding hands going to the bathroom, because that's what special ed classes do. You feel me? Like, that's where they at with it. That's where they at with it. That is exactly where they at with it, bro. You're not going to give this man credit for doing nothing. You're not going to give him credit for doing nothing. It's not in you to give this man credit for doing nothing as the B-side. How you say Bud Crawford's resume don't mean shit. And then Bud Crawford as a B-side heading over there with no promoter. He don't know what the hell he's doing. And then, you know, he's moving. I don't like the way he's moving. You got grown-ass men that got there and told him, I don't like the way he's moving. They can't tell you what moving they talking about. They can't tell you what moving they talking about, bro. I don't like the way he's moving. He goes in there and attempt to make the fight, and all of a sudden, all you hear is talking about negotiating in bad faith. Everything is going wrong.
He's been telling us that shit all the way back since April of 2020.
Now, you understand one thing that they won't mention is the fact when Errol was up here trying to talk about that fight, after asked about Bud Crawford, he was asked directly to his face, and he said it'd be even better to fight Canelo at 160. Nigga, who you laughing at? Did you get dust in your throat? Who the fuck are you laughing at? He asked you a question that we all want to know. Do you think at this point in time we'll be able to see you and Terrence Crawford, you know, in the future fight? Oh, yeah, we'll get to it, but it'd be better to fight Canelo at 160. They didn't mention that shit.
In April of 2020, nigga said I wouldn't even take the fight if they offered it to me. And I told him that it's a lose-lose situation for me. He told us in December 2020, the fight not even that important to me. I keep telling everybody, I don't need Earl for my legacy. True. I don't know why people keep making it seem that I need Earl Spence. You can't find no quotes of Earl saying no shit like that, bro. You can't find a single quote of that nigga saying that shit, bro. Then the nigga came back in March 2021. I already told everybody that fight is history for me. He been ducking Earl and acting like he don't want to fight for a long ass time. Matter of fact, I'm mad at myself for being surprised with what happened last year. If you look at his quotes,
this nigga is trash, bro. Whatever trash you want to get it from, wherever you want to retrieve, you want to dumpster dive in that bitch, that's trash. This nigga sitting up here talking about shit that's absolutely trash, man. This dude is talking about when the pandemic was going on and what a man said during the pandemic when the fight was never going to happen. That fight was never motherfucking going to happen in 2020. This nigga up here talking about the pandemic. He said he didn't want to fight, though. He didn't want to fight. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to his legacy. Aerosexuals know that. But it hurts you so much, you act like you just don't want to accept it. It might be some signs of defeat. No, there's plenty of other boxers that you can latch on to. Grab their pocket lining. You don't have to just hold on to that of Errol Spence. He's on his way out the door. You know what I'm saying? He's on his way out the door. He don't have long because he said it. He's on borrowed time. Not me. He said it. He's on borrowed time. And Cam, you never should have been professional with them niggas. Never. And them dudes don't respect what you did, the details you was breaking down, and how you was hitting them with facts. They didn't respect that. They never had any intentions of respecting it. Why? Because they was busy talking about you having people on your panel over there talking about what to say and come over here. They was more so concerned about who you had on your panel than you actually being on their panel. When they came over to the panel finally, everybody looked so serious. Then them aerosexuals always look serious, bro. They look so perturbed, upset. And the debate hadn't even started yet, man.
and you look at what the nigga been saying, bro. Nigga say, they asked, bro. They asked me, hey, you get 50-50. You taking that shit with Spence?
There you go, getting them brain lapses, nigga. You won't be fucking with me no time soon, dude. You like you going through some shit right now. You and Arrow got the same shit going on. Real talk, nigga. You're stuttering and all that bullshit. You having brain lapses and all that shit. It's just too many lapses, man. It's not the type of when you hear lap, you going and you making progress. You done did one lap around the track. All right, you done made progress. No, we're talking about the laps where you just sit in one spot and lay back. And you just look up at the sky. Oh, wow. I wish I could come back in a different me.
I don't even care about all those belts. I've already been undisputed. He been so 2020, at the beginning of 2020, the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021, this nigga don't come back from that shit. So to act like he's telling the truth when he said, well, Al said this. Well, Al said that. Well, you also get in front of us and you lie on a regular basis.
See, that's opinion. Where was he breaking down the details? Like Cam was breaking down the details. Where did the Cam just wasn't on topic? I'm about to get the Cams. Okay, I'm about to let you hear. I wasn't gonna play the whole thing with knockdown. I'm not gonna do it.
Another term sheet with another date on it. Who was Floyd Mayweather's manager? The genius, Al Heyman. Now, again, like I said, when Al told Bud, I'm not letting anybody touch this fight, the moment he turned down that $30 million, that screamed out to me and many other fighters. He's not confident in Errol. And he doesn't feel that either fighter is worth that amount of money, hence the no guarantee. Or the organization didn't have enough money because we know he doesn't use his own money. He only uses network and sponsorship.
So how can someone break down network and sponsorship and they're basically explaining to you where the money is coming from? He's basically explaining what the real one should already know, that Al Heyman never uses his own money. That's why a lot of people believe that's why he don't show his face, because there's certain people that want their money. Okay, so Cam was up there kicking some true realism, facts, and he wasn't saying in a profanity lace, oh nigga this, fuck this, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? People want to sit up here and think just because you're not matching someone's energy it has a lot to do with the details or the information that you're putting out. It lowers the value. No, he's kicking some details. He's presenting some details, some factual, descriptive details, and they didn't respect it.
Oh, yeah, and let's not forget, if a guy is ducking you, he wouldn't be constantly calling you out, making Twitter posts. He went as far as to petition the WBC to become his mandatory. You don't do that to another champion if you're not trying to make the fight. That's my time.
All right. Knockout. You got 5 minutes for your rebuttal. The time starts as soon as you start talking. All right, bro. So let me count the ways. Like, none of this shit makes sense. So, number one, bro.
Hold up. He said none of this shit makes sense, right? He said none of this shit makes sense. When a nigga say none of this shit makes sense, it makes a lot of sense. That's just their way of downplaying shit that they didn't think about to say. Oh, that didn't make no sense. Let me get past this.
Wait, I bet you this. Thanks, like, oh, I can't give you Campbell fight. You gotta get yourself first. Why didn't he post
live? He was actually speaking in response to all of content creators like yourself, D-Town Boxing, Manager Marty, Fanon, Blue Blood, so many different guys who have been making video after video, hundreds of videos some of these guys made, speaking negatively upon him. As a matter of fact, when he was signed to Top Rank, he couldn't get the Errol Spence fight because he was on the other side of the street. He was on the wrong side of the street. However, when Jeff Horn had just beaten Manny Pacquiao for the WBO crown, Errol Spence made a post stating that he was looking at food, and then went on to make an interview stating that he would be happy to make the bout with Jeff Horn and unify the division. He then jokingly stated if Bob Arum is willing to offer up and sacrifice him like that. But y'all don't speak about that part of it. Then you talk about titles and belts and stuff like that being on the line. Bro, Errol has only had 28 fights, 29 fights. He didn't get a title shot until his 22nd fight against Kell Brook.
Look, sounds like details to me. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like details. Somebody was probably gulping down some wine and said, oh shit, he mentioned that? For real? Damn, why is he so descriptive? He's using too much of his brain. I hate it. How can somebody be giving you the details and then we'll just wait to see what's up? But how can you hit them with so much facts and descriptive line for line shit and they just ignore it? It's called biasness, man. It's called favoritism. That's what it's called.
He's only got about 6, 7 title defenses. Bud's been in at least 15 or 16 bouts where a belt has been on the line, whether it was his belt, a vacant belt, undisputed, or otherwise. A title was on the line. I won't go to a sanctioning body and request to become your mandatory
1 minute
as a champion if I'm not trying to make this fight. You can go back and look that up.
What did Cam say? You can go back and look that up because I just slapped you in the motherfucking face, stepped on your foot, and pushed your ass back into a goddamn septic tank and closed the lid, nigga. That's what I just told you. You like shit, there you go.
It was reports about it. So you can't say this man is ducking this fight. That's cap. And then again, when he went in the Instagram live, he spoke about how weeks, almost months, drug on between him and Al's interactions. That's holding up the time. That's holding up the fight. The date is getting closer and closer and closer. But it's taking weeks for me to get back to you, months for you to get back to me. How is that me holding up the fight? All I've been doing is fighting my mandatories. The A side sends the B side the contract. We're waiting. When you don't offer me no money and I don't eat, and then we hear guys say the back end money takes a long time to get there, I'm going to go get some money to feed my family and then spin the block. Come holler at you again.
Hey, he was like, time, goddamn it, time. We don't want to hear no more facts. Shit. This is we're not even in deep in the debate yet. God damn, time. That mug said time, like, man, they was being charged for every second 300,000 if they was making a movie. Cam was breaking that shit down, man. As calm as you can break, but you can't go over there with that energy. But you go over there. Look, I'll take that back. You go over there with whatever energy you feel comfortable with for you to be able to, deliver. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go over there and match their energy. But what I was about to say is, if you don't match their energy over there, which I'm totally against that, you talk your shit the way you talk your shit. They try to make it seem like, well, since you ain't saying, obscenities and saying nigga every other and just rambling on and shit, it's kind of like you ain't saying nothing. No, man, you broke that shit down. You scorched him the first round. You scorched him. You scorched him with details, facts. They didn't respect it. Time.
All right. Judges. That was a good round. That was a good round. I'm gonna go to G5 first. G5, who you got and why?
Salute both of the gentlemen, man. Hey, way to crank up a debate, man. I like what I'm hearing from both.
See, that's grown man shit. G5, that's that grown man shit right there. He said, I like what I'm hearing from both. He ain't afraid to give a motherfucking compliment. You know what I'm saying? God damn it, he is who he with. He ride with who he want to. But he don't come over here just making it extremely uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Just to say, nigga, man, you ain't say shit during the debate. Knockout said everything right. And that's who I gave the round to. I gave it to him.
Yeah. My only thing, Cam. So we don't know factual proof who stepped away from the negotiations or with the term sheet. We don't know who did it. Like, since we don't know who did it, I can't, that's kind of like we don't have no proof on that, bro.
We also don't have proof there, G5, that what was on the last term sheet. We don't have the second before last term sheet, and we know he agreed to everything. So it's been said and put out there because Bud tweeted about it that they changed the entire year. That is fact. But yeah, when you talk about, well, what we don't have, well, your people, they tend to continue to talk about negotiating in bad faith. Sign the contract. What sign the contract? We don't know where that contract is at. What contract? Nobody produces a document. So Cam can't be held responsible for something he don't have when others like Knockdown don't have it either. No one has the documentation, but they preface the argument as if they do. They preface the argument like they absolutely have the documentation. Nobody presented documentation because it's not out there. I think Cam even mentioned that, something about putting the information up there or something like that. Finding out what the information, finding out what term sheet, what was on the term sheet. No one's been able to produce the term sheet. So to say all he had to do was sign the contract, what contract? Are we talking about the one he agreed to everything, but yet they sent it to him and they had 2023 and they was hoping him and his team don't read it? Got it.
I'm saying you was cooking, and that kind of killed my argument or took off on that round for me. And also, when you said that he hasn't defended the belt, so based on the facts, I can't give you that one. I'm gonna lean towards KO on this one. That's the only thing I had you on that round. But once those came up, I got to go with facts. We can't prove that.
So G5, man, you know how I'm coming with this shit, bro. I'm going to attempt to rewind because I could have sworn they say, hey, judges, what you think? And your whole entire focus was on critique. I might have missed some shit, man. I am in my 50s. I might have missed some shit. Let me go back right quick.
The IBF type, when his work, well, Al said that. You got time because I'm not.
Of the terms on the term sheet.
Yes. Hey, but so in closing, bro, to wrap this shit all up again for the judges, man. This is what you got. Take your feelings out of it. Take your favoritism out of it. It's WBC and IBF. Yo,
dang, Cam.
Hold up.
Didn't have enough money.
IBF title first on the Crawford point.
A direct
against Carlos Ocampo. Motherfucking duck, bro. I don't know.
What you're also failing to express.
I want to talk about that shit, though.
The date was changed. How we went from the November 19th date in 2022 to first quarter of 2023.
Did I miss the whole? Hold on for a second.
We heard a couple guys on a couple different channels.
Ready whenever you want to read the question and get this shit.
But it's taking.
Who you got in this one?
Over here, brother. Look, man.
Knockout. He was speaking facts. He was telling y'all.
In WBC. He got another contract on his plate to fight David after.
You to get back to me. How is that me holding up the fight? All I've been doing is fighting my mandatories. The A side sends the B side the contract. We're waiting. When you don't offer me no money and I don't eat, and then we hear guys say the back end money takes a long time to get there, I'm gonna go get some money to feed my family and then spin the block. So come holler at you again.
He was getting hot, boy. He was slinging them grits, wasn't he? Cam was slinging those grits, boy. You know them grits, when they stick and they hot, they burn.
That was a good round. I'm gonna go to G5 first. G5.
Okay, he said he go to G5 first.
Salute both of the gentlemen, man.
I'm trying to see what a knockdown critique is.
I like what I'm hearing from both. Now, on the thing, Cam. So we don't know factual proof who stepped away from the negotiations or with the term sheet. We don't know who did it. Like, since we don't know who did it.
Let's say G5 said he don't know who did it. We don't have factual information. So if we don't have factual information, we can shut this debate down already. Because the whole preface of the first question is who's ducking. So we don't know who shut down the debate first. G5 made a very valid point that was probably overlooked. Like, isn't this about who's ducking? And then they say Crawford ducked because he went over there to be okay. But Cam is being critiqued in a way that something he said, he don't have factual proof. But in that case, that goes for both debaters, because Knockdown is up here continue to say negotiating bad faith. He this and he didn't have that. The contract, he didn't sign the contract. It's a duck when you go elsewhere and you didn't let the people know. So G5 actually said something that was very important. Who shut it down first? Who shut it down first? Because if PBC shut it down first, Crawford can't be no duck just because he went over there and fed his family, like Cam said. Like Cam said.
I can't, that's kind of like we don't have no proof on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You was cooking, and that kind of killed my argument or took off on that round for me. And also, when you said that he hasn't defended the belt, so based on the facts, like, I can't give you that one. I'm gonna lean towards KO on this one. That's the only thing I had you on that round, but once those came up, I gotta go with facts. We can't prove that.
All right.
What? G5, man. Come on, dog. G5 better than that, man. G5, you better than that, man. Stop the cap. You didn't even critique Knockdown. The light-skinned nigga that was just above you, you didn't critique him, bro. How can you critique Cam on just because he said, well, he didn't defend the belt? That's semantics. Yeah, we know he defended the belt because he was a titleist when he was moving forward. We all know that. But y'all gonna hype on something as small as he didn't defend the IBF title? You mad? You mad petty like that? And then you're gonna give a full-blown non-line critique on Cam, but you didn't even give a one-line critique on Knockdown? That's the goes to show you, bro. I'm gonna call it for what it is, man. That's some bullshit, bro. That's some motherfucking bullshit over there, dog. How the hell you gonna gain some damn trust? That T word. How are y'all ever gonna gain some trust over there, bro? Come on, man. How you didn't even tell us why you gave it the knockdown. He didn't say shit but cussing all over the place and talking back and forth and all this damn elementary talk. This nigga didn't say nothing important. He didn't break it down line for line detail like Cam did. Man, you just goddamn just brushed this dude off. Y'all just brushed this dude off. That was fucked up, man. I'm gonna call it the way I see it. That shit was fucked up, G5. And we good. We cool, bro. But that shit you just said as a judge, man, that's fucked up, bro. Because you didn't even goddamn critique Knockdown. You didn't critique the host, man. You didn't even get one freaking critique of the host, man.
All right, we got 1-4 knockout. All right, we're gonna go to ETB. Who you got in this round and why?
So I'm gonna keep it 100. The first round, it wasn't even close at all.
See, right there, I'm not even gonna allow ETB to even get his shit off. Cause he's on some motherfucking bullshit. And whenever you hear a nigga, I look bored anyway. Shit. I'm just gonna keep. Whenever you hear a nigga say, I'm gonna keep it 100, he ain't gonna keep it 100. Because a nigga that's keeping it 100 don't need to tell you they're keeping it 100. Because the action that they'll take after that is gonna be exactly what they didn't tell you. Oh man, that nigga keeping it real. Okay, cool. This nigga gonna say, I'm gonna keep it 100. It wasn't even close. That is the most foul, fucked up shit that happened in the first round. Clearly, Cam won the first round, and they robbed this nigga. They robbed him, bro. They robbed him, man. After the first round was over with, I looked at the whole debate, but after the first round, they still on the bullshit. That's why I got to put a thumbnail up on your Knockdown. You don't have no goddamn integrity over that, nigga. It's no trust. You know, your second judge come over here and talk about it wasn't even close. It's bullshit, dog. It's bullshit. You knew it's bullshit. And you said the shit with a straight face, man. I should send the repo man over there to collect and repro some of the motherfucking caps you got, man. You need to take that shit out so your scalp can breathe, bro. You gonna tell me I wasn't even close. Nigga, you out your mind.
Knockout, he was speaking facts. He was telling y'all what the man said, what Terrence Crawford said out of his own mouth. And my man up here, most of the stuff he was saying, keep it real, it had nothing to do with the question, you know.
And that's as far as I can go with ETB. You know what I'm saying? That was some bullshit, nigga. I'm gonna tell you straight up in this mic. That was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You saying Knockout, you know, kicking facts. But yeah, you got a detailed debater above you. He's kicking details, and you don't even go into the details. All you do is shut his ass down, and you say, "Oh well, guess what? Be real, man. The shit you was talking about didn't even have nothing to do with anything. But the shit Knockout was saying had something to do with something." Nigga, nobody can take this shit serious, man. Y'all niggas over there talking with a straight face, and you ain't being sincere, man. You ain't being genuine about critiquing these grown-ass men that's wasting their time coming over there to debate. They're wasting their time. If y'all gonna rob these niggas in broad freaking daylight, and y'all gonna damn sit up here and say, I don't give a damn about thievery. I'll just ask for forgiveness on Sunday. I'm going to keep on robbing and stealing. You robbed a man of a first round, clearly. He smoked you, clearly. And y'all niggas sit up there, for one, don't critique KO like KO had a perfect first round. And then ETB sits up here and tells, I'm going to keep it real. Shit you ain't saying, it wasn't even close enough. Bullshit, nigga. That's garbage.
So yeah, knockout won that round easy to me.
No, nigga, you full of shit. That's what you are.
All right. And the last
To the table. At this
point, so we got two.
Sport of boxing, period, according to CompuBox numbers. In the categorical leaders position.
I'm not going to get too much into the debate because it is long-winded, but I'm going to try to get through the second part of the debate. All right. The midpoint of the debate, and try to let y'all listen to some bits and pieces of that. Once again, Cam was very descriptive in the second round. Also, if anything, I would have graded 2-1 Cam. You know what I'm saying? 2-1 Cam, period. It don't matter. You can't sit up here and act like you have your own grading system and each of the judges are off. Well, he said defending. He didn't defend his title. So we're talking about a word when you know what they're talking about. If that's the case, then guess what? You should have paid attention to detail and scrutinize when Knockout was sitting up here trying to say that Terrence Crawford only fight southpaw, fight orthodox in one round. Ain't that what he said? Am I lying? He fight orthodox in one round. It's on film, right? But tell me what this is right here, though. What that is, because none of the judges picked that up. They want to pick up a word that Cam put out there. Cam say he didn't defend the titles, but Knockout say, oh, well, Terrence Crawford don't stay in orthodox except for one round. What round is this? Is that look like what foot? A left foot forward, her right step, slide to the left, slide to the right. What foot is that? What foot is forward, nigga? I'm curious. Like, let me get a rag right quick. I need to wipe my motherfucking eyes. Get these cataracts out the way. Shit, what foot is forward? Looking at this thumbnail, he said Crawford don't fight orthodox but one round. But yet, he knocked out Amir Khan in round 6, and he was in the orthodox position. And it was from a body shot, in case niggas want to say, well, Prescott was up there knocking niggas out a long time ago. I'm talking about he hit him with a body shot. That Amir Khan tried to say was in the groin. He had already had the man in the hurt locker anyway. But if you look at that, why don't you go out there and check it out? Y'all have Google search engines and everything. He was fighting the orthodox when he stopped Amir Khan too. But what is this thumbnail? This is Crawford Brooks. We all know that Crawford did not change to southpaw until the end of the 3rd round, and then he stopped him in the 4th. Somebody can fact check for me. That's not something I got written down. Somebody can fact check it for me. This nigga say he don't fight orthodox except for one round. Cap.
With 46.2% power connect percentage. Errol is 10th with 45.4. But it's also 7th on CompuBox in all of boxing in the categorical leaders position for fewest opponent total punches landed per round at 7.5. So he's defensively responsible. He's more defensively responsible and gets hit less than Errol. He's a better boxer overall. Let's look at also in the CompuBox numbers. He's 10th overall in the sport in the categorical leaders position for lowest opponent power punch connect percentage, meaning the power punches that his opponents are throwing are only landed 26.2% of the time. Now, when we look at it, accolades say it for themselves. They speak for who does what. But of course,
he say accolades speak for who does what. Isn't that what boxers work for? Accolades. What consists of accolades? Every piece of award that they earn, every bit of it, from the continentals, the silvers, you know what I'm saying, the NABOs, any title they can get, that's accolades. That's accolades, man. Accolades is what build a boxer. Accolades is what expound or pretty much increases their Wall Street in boxing to be able to leverage moving forward. When they start continue to win, leverage their negotiations on what they've been able to do in the sport. How does accolades not matter just because tonight they didn't want to recognize it? It's trash, man.
to y'all, belts don't matter. How can you say belts don't matter when we're currently arguing about undisputed with all of the belts on the line? That makes no sense to me.
You know what doesn't make any sense? I wish Cam would mention is that they always hyping up unified champion Errol Spence. How he has 3 belts. He did all the heavy lifting. Heavy lifting to what? Oh, the accolades, right? The belts that he got. Oh, I get it, because you only have one division to talk that shit. So since Crawford has multiple divisions, you want to downplay it and act like it doesn't exist. But every time you mention Errol Spence achievements, which is his accolades, you always mention that IBF, WBC, and that WBA title he just picked up. Yeah, you always mention the accolades. The heavy lifting consists of what again? It's not his freaking spit bucket. It's not his gym bag. It's not his glove. It's not his hand wraps. Heavy lifting was the titles that they always used to say. Oh, the aerosexuals. Oh, we love talking about heavy lifting. Yeah, baby. They love talking about heavy lifting. But all of a sudden tonight, accolades don't matter when these niggas talk about it all the time. Belts, belts, belts. Belts are accolades, nigga.
There's really not much I can say about it because the numbers speak for themselves. The accolades are there. It's not nothing that I'm making up. Y'all can go look this up. This is all public record.
When Bomac big fighters have stepped,
we're gonna go to the
review sales. If you know, arguing about Errol.
I did him on that already. The man fought at 154 one time. I encourage all of the fucking judges. I encourage everybody that's in the chat. Go.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Is niggas just talking about shit that don't have nothing with who you're speaking to. If you're debating Cam, why are you bringing in other people? Why? Because that's when they feel like they're left alone. They have ran out. They have exhausted. They're only good for a quarter of a first round. And then they try to bring everybody else into it with an upbeat tempo, you know, picking up their tone to tell everybody, go look it up. No, nigga, you debating. You're debating. You're wasting time. You're wasting time saying all this shit. You want to make a big deal? Like 148 is 147? Is 149 147? Was he fighting for a title? So, of course, he was fighting over the weight limit, right? As Cam so articulated earlier, his first title shot, like 22 fights per se. All that shit you was talking about when he came in, he didn't fight over here yelling and screaming. Who gives a fuck? The man was damn fluctuating in weight, and he didn't settle in until Alejandro Barrera. Look it up, nigga.
Look at Errol Spence's box rate. That's why he stepped in and tried to talk to Maurice Booker when he was getting his ass whooped by Blair Hobbs. Then he got his corner. He got motherfucking Bomac, who he don't trust, who in his fight with Sean Porter, when Bomac felt like he was losing, did he give Terrence Bud Crawford a motherfucking adjustment? Did he say, hey, man, use your jab?
Now, this nigga's capping for real when it comes to the trainers. Because now he's trying to say what trainers are talking about. When we used to listen to Roger Mayweather tell Floyd Mayweather, fuck this nigga up, fuck this nigga up. All right, man, stop playing with this nigga. Fuck his ass up. Then I guess that was instruction that y'all can relate to, huh? Since every other word out your mouth, you want to act like you can't speak complete English, clear English. It has to be diluted in profanity, laced tirades. You know what I'm saying? How do you know about who's the better trainer? Just because he had 2 unified trainers. Don't you know there's other people that's in there to train them too? Y'all will sit up here and talk about how Terrence Crawford has 2, 3 other trainers and whatever, right? But you don't never talk about other trainers that's in the camp that they go to also. You just look at how Derrick James has 2 unified champions, 1 undisputed. But what they ain't gonna tell you is that Jermell Charlo, he does go over there and get that work from Guzman. Absolutely, he does. They're not gonna tell you is that when Errol Spence initially, because Knockout loved them just bringing up shit. They're not gonna tell you that Errol Spence didn't even want to work with Derrick James when he initially came on deck. He didn't even want him as a trainer. It took them a while to even mesh. And to this day, they still haven't meshed totally together. And Knockdown is sitting up here talking about how Derrick James is this creator, this motherfucking master for trainer who does everything. Listen, bro, it's hard being a trainer. I ain't gonna take that away from Derrick. It's hard being a trainer. You know what I'm saying? It's hard being a trainer because trainers are somewhat expendable. They get treated like shit. Yeah, you go for a ride, but that don't mean you have a cordial, respectful relationship with the fighter you're training. But truth be told, a lot of his fighters weren't listening to him. All you have to do is go back to Jermell Charlo fight when he was fighting Austin Trout. He wasn't listening to Derrick James. Man, go back to Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. Was Errol Spence listening to Derrick James? Stop putting this bullshit ass damn narratives out there talking about like you was there ringside. Nigga, you was up there goddamn with a mask on next to the AC unit, nigga, drinking on a Sunkiss or a Fanta. You wasn't there right next to the ring. You sit up here and act like you can hear everything. Oh, my bad. I take that back. I forgot. You probably are talking about the little sound bites that they had, right? That's what you're doing. You're thinking about the sound bites you heard because you were sitting at home in the living room streaming the fight. I get it. And you want to talk about how so-and-so, Bomac, y'all infatuated Bomac, man. I swear, every time y'all say something about Crawford, you got to bring in Bomac. But Derrick James be on there and you ask him a question, you have to goddamn get an IOU check. Hey man, we'll be back here same time next week, and you can just give us the answer on that, okay? All right, cool. And then no, that ain't it now. Not to mention now, they ain't gonna bring this up, Cam. They ain't gonna bring it up when it was controversy about that bottle. They had a bottle that was on TV that you only supposed to be drinking out of clear bottles. But they had that special bottle, that Gatorade. I guess that had something to do with special treatment, royalty. But because we saw it on TV, all over TV. We saw the special bottle. But I don't know what happened with that. But it looked a little different. It didn't look clear. It looked like a Gatorade bottle. And one thing I can say, I don't think DJ touched that motherfucker. I don't think he touched it. Somebody else gave it. That's one thing I can say. I don't think he touched it. Last time I checked. But this dude up here, as always, this nigga, all he does is speak the untruth, man. The worst, not one of the worst debaters on the YTC. The worst debater. Him and BF are neck and neck, man, for a reason. For a reason. They love being handcuffed together.
Take a half step back, he's wide open for the counter shot. Hey, man, when he get in close, just tie him up. Get him back to a distance because he can't fuck with you at a distance. Did he say any of that?
Man, this
try something different yet.
Nigga garbage.
And then you brought up him winning fights at Orthodox. You're right. He won multiple fights in Orthodox 6 years ago.
Okay. I'm glad you said 6 years ago because he fought Amir Khan back in 2019. Let me do the math. because I didn't really pay attention when I was in school. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let me see. Maybe I have to somehow, let me see. Let me find another way. This is not adding up to 6 though. Let me see. Let me put it in my mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. So if I count from 2019 to the current year, 2023, it is below the number that was given by Mr. Capper, the worst debater on YouTube. Knockdown 68. Turn me off. Never cut me on again. He just said it was 6 years ago. But neither judge held them accountable on it, because the judge have to be as educated as the nigga that's spewing out this vomit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't be a judge over there. I couldn't be a judge. They wouldn't allow me to be a judge, first of all. And then there'll have to be a moment in there where I do what I do. You know, I have to explain it the way only me, I know how to explain it. And nigga, you said 6 years ago, cap. This nigga lied so much during this debate, man. This nigga lied so much during this debate, bro. Go to the Mircon fight. They was in the 6th round, wasn't there? Something like that. The fight didn't go past the 6th round. He was in the orthodox when he stopped him. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? If a boxer start a fight off in any damn stance, what's the time limit? Do your research. What's the time limit they need to fight in orthodox or southpaw to consider that? They don't need a time limit, nigga. They can fight goddamn 2 seconds if they want to, as long as they attempted to fight in the stands. Find the freaking manuscript. Find the documentation that say it's a time limit where these boxers got to fight in a certain position to be considered fighting in the orthodox or southpaw position. Please find the documentation and put it up on your freaking live stream next time you go live.
6, 7 years ago, you goddamn right. He was fighting in orthodox box. That's usually what happens in the sport of boxing. So that would be another reason that you would have to lean towards Earl Spence in this particular question, in this particular debate. The other thing that I find
he's thinking now, right?
In this matchup is that
he's thinking
they start way different. You see Earl start, he come and pumping the jab. He start fast. He start running up rounds early. He get that work rate going, and it only increases as the fight goes.
Another shoe sold. This is another shoe sold narrative, bro. That gets stepped on all the time. He starts fast. He starts fast. Where's the destruction at, bro? Where's the destruction? If you starting fast and Errol say he was on borrowed time, what the fuck is this destruction? Where did he destroy? Did he start fast against Mikey? Did he start fast against Sean Porter, Danny Garcia? Where? I mean, where would he start fast at? Carlos tapped him up with a 1-2 and hurt him. You know what I'm saying? He admitted to that. And then he went and closed him out. But Carlos Ocampo freaking hurt Spence. And that's another capping ass lie that he said, oh, the only time he's been hurt. No, Carlos Ocampo, if you was at the fight, you should have paid more attention. But no, I'll take that back. You in Texas and you was at home looking at the fight, streaming it. I get it.
What goes on, and then it's like a motherfucking boulder or snowball that just keep rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you look up round 7, round 8, man throwing 90 or 100 punches per round. Bud Crawford starts slow. So if you break down the fight, logic will tell you, data will tell you, Bud Crawford may take a couple of rounds to get going. He may look up and be down 2 rounds to 0, 3 rounds to 0, 3 rounds to 1 in the first 3 or 4 rounds of the fight. And
listen, the question is who wins and why. This is the question, y'all. Who wins and why, man? What the fuck is this nigga talking about? Who wins and why? He's talking about somebody starting off slow. What does that have to do with it? Who wins and why? So you trying to tell me the pace of a fighter starting off slow has anything to do with the results? If he starts off slow, but yet his opponent is pretty much equal, the pace, not greater, equal the pace, and the fighter that you saying is starting off slow is not taking any type of distinct punishment, like it is no dangerous punishment or detriment going on right here. Yeah, he's starting off slow, so what? He's not being punished. He's not made to pay for it. It's none of that going on. He's still flowing very well. He's not taking any punishment. Round for round, 2, 3, 4, still good. But what is this starting slow shit? The man stopped everybody in the welterweight division, and y'all illiterate niggas still talking about starting slow. You all are using these shoe sole ass narratives with gum on the bitch, man. And you're sitting up here continue to mention negotiating bad faith. Well, he started off slow. Well, he don't fight orthodox except for 1 round. Well, you know, Bud, he just everything he does cap. You lying on the man. You're lying on the man, bro. And when Cam called out those channels, that right there, you knew you weren't gonna get the nod because they felt some type of way. They felt some type of way about it, man. They, you know, just off screen, I don't know if you heard it, Cam, but I heard some shit like some mice traps popping. I think the motherfucker had some mice traps out there and they was playing around with it for stress relief. And when you start calling out them channels, the must just start activating them. Pop. Oh, God. Okay, cool. Whew. They put that they go off camera and put that mice trap back and they hit it again. Bang! They had to find some way to release that stress, man. They had to find some way to relieve them stress. Them motherfuckers pitiful, dog. They robbed Cam tonight, man.
Earl Spence ain't Kell Brook, bro. He not Mean Machine. You ain't finna start off losing to him and then all of a sudden just come back and do it. Like, he ain't them guys, bro. So that's another reason that he would win is because he's a faster starter than.
You said that right, brother. Errol Spence ain't those guys. You're absolutely right, because Kell Brook actually moved up to challenge himself 2 weight divisions. Let that sizzle. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let that ride now. Let that do what it do. If it's dancing, it's dancing. If it's singing, let it hum. We know Errol Spence ain't Kell Brook first and foremost, because when Knockdown get all hyped up, he talk about, hey, I told you he only fight at this weight and all this, nigga. What the fuck did Kell Brook do? What did Kell Brook do that the Errol Spence never do? Move up 2 weight division. The same shit you want to talk about with Canelo. The fact is, Kell Brook did it. You don't have the heart to do it. Kell Brook did it against one of the toughest oppositions. You're trying to request and they don't respect you enough for that, bro. They know you will get your ass canceled. He did what you didn't want to do. And then you fought that man after he's coming off an injury under 9 months. And they sit up here and try to say, that is an accolade. Kell Brook is an accolade because he went in his backyard and fought him for the IBF champ. That's an accolade. But we're not going to consider the accolade tonight. This is a no accolade debate.
But the other thing that's really important is that if you go look at their stats and the amount of punches that they throw, Earl Spence doubles regularly. Sometimes.
2, to speak to your big man beats the little man theory. You guys don't understand that Terrence Bud Crawford did come up in a wrestling background. So the man is physically stronger than what you look at him for and give him.
All right, bro. Good luck with that shit. Then you said that.
But Kell Brook actually said that no other fighter has hit him the way that Terrence Crawford did. And this is the same big talked about Lardy being the only person that hurt Errol as Cat, because Ugas did hurt him. He spit out the mouthpiece and he went tooth and nail with Sean Porter. The knockdown was the only thing that saved him in that fight.
See, one thing I would say about that, Cam, when you said that Yordenis Ugas did hurt him, right, and the mouthpiece came out, you should have basically expounded on it and said, yeah, he was hurt, even though he was on camera with his girl lying and capping. See, the reason why I say you should have mentioned capping, because they so quick to say you was capping about everything when Errol was capping too. Errol know he was hurt. The man went into the ropes face first, bro. What he do? Get hit in the back of the head? He went into the ropes face first, trying to find molar 3, 6, 4, 13, 11, 15, and 20. Who told you to look for your shit, bro? And why didn't you let somebody know? Who would go in there with a temp? Dude, you was hurt. You got hit with a very good punch, and it was well deserved. It's boxing. Protect yourself at all times. Now, when it comes to the aerosexuals, no, it's not protect yourself at all times. It's let us protect you at all times. I apologize, Mr. Spence. I wasn't there ringside to see where your mouthpiece went. I would have absolutely put it in the hot water right quick, soften it up, so when you put it back in your mouth, it fits perfect, Mr. Spence. I'm sorry. As an aerosexual, I failed you, just like I failed you in this debate. Look, one thing about Errol, when he talk about he got played, WCS will tell you what that nigga meant. WCS will tell you. You know what Errol meant when he say, I feel like I played or whatever, how he said it? He's talking about the aerosexuals. Because them niggas are always talking some bullshit. And he's like, damn, I thought y'all was really on my side. But y'all never really even talk about me. The only time I hear y'all mention my name is in a debate. Every other time after that, the live streams is about who? The guy I'm trying to fight. Y'all playing me, nigga. Y'all playing me. Why? Because you keep on talking about my opposition more than anything. Why y'all not talking about me? What do y'all got good to say about me? They act like they don't want to say nothing good about Errol because it's shaky. They don't want to be on record as saying something extremely nice about this guy. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to be held accountable, bro.
So you can't say Sean wasn't putting pieces on that man. He left that fight looking the what y'all call the propaganda picture with him and Clarissa Shields, where he looks every bit of 175, 180. He looked like
fight. He says I was never. He actually said
that as the rounds go on, he doubles and sometimes triples the output of Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence does throw 47 punches per round. Earl does throw.
Oh my God, man! What is the result? What is the result, bro?
He got over 100 punches.
What is the result?
5 and 6, you got about 80, 90 punches per round. So he doesn't throw as much at the beginning, but like I told you, that snowball going downhill, he will double and sometimes triple.
Nigga, you in Texas? What the fuck you know about snowballs?
The outpoint of Bud Crawford, like I told you he would. Then you tried to compare them about the opponents that land on Earl, 9.7 punches a round. They land on Bud 7.5.
The year as well.
Why nobody didn't say? He said, I talked to Bud the other day. Why Bud ain't came out and responded and he said Earl lying? So y'all talk about narratives and things like that. I hear y'all, man, everybody have their own opinion. I got KO in this round, and that is what it is.
Of course it is. Is it what it is? Of course, G5. Of course it is what it is. Hey, let that be a lesson. I see some shit. I gotta address Gooch. I gotta address you, Gooch. Gooch invited this nigga to the goddamn channel. Now the apostles, much respect. This don't have nothing to do with anything. I'm just giving my take on that. But I would ask that you understand one thing. That if I see that nigga on a panel that I'm on, right, I would not attend the panel just based off the fact that, okay, y'all got your own shit going on. And this dude is in attendance. And it's really nothing I have to say. I don't think he'd be in your best interest. Really. He don't respect you niggas. I know what you're trying to do, in good faith. You're trying to do a good deed, and y'all actually, trying to talk to boxing. But that nigga ain't a boxing head like that, Goot. He's not a boxing head like that, brother. This nigga don't care about, amateurs that you got coming up and what y'all got going, talking to coaches and stuff. This nigga's not like that. He ain't going to the gyms. This nigga, look at this nigga be outside with a Yorkie Terrier, man. This nigga be on the Yokiteri that weighs about 6.5 pounds, man. They have to put some weights on it so it won't blow away in the Texas breeze, man. He ain't going to gyms, sitting down in the gyms and paying attention to them amateurs that's over there. He ain't doing that, bro. So you trying to get him to do something that you and Cam are motivated to do. He could care less about that, dog. He could care less about that. Dog, look, I'm telling you, Gooch, Cam, he will pollute your freaking panel. He will pollute your panel, man. Take it as I told you ahead of time, bro. They have their own little clique network over there, how they do shit. This dude gonna try to come over there and think he's debating everybody over there. And then gonna try to say, well, I see WCS. Shut your bitch ass up.
KO did mention that EJ told him to post a contract. He did mention that. KDOWN, who you got in this round and why?
All right, so I mean, I seen some people was crying that I didn't explain some of the rounds. I didn't really think the other rounds needed.
And that's why I ended right there. That is. People were crying. No, nigga, you didn't explain the rounds. Period. You did the shit on purpose. You didn't care. And you was and really, both of y'all judges, man, that was some bullshit. Neither one of you niggas explained the rounds. Y'all went through the first round, which was one of Cam's stronger rounds to start out the gate. Y'all just sit up there and act like he didn't do shit, bro. Like he was a damn tomato can or something. Like he didn't spit the facts. What is the criteria for debating again? Do y'all even have it? Or it's based off the integrity of the judge and what their perception is and how much the depth of their knowledge is. Their depth of knowledge. Because you have to have a certain depth of knowledge, a field of something that goes deeper to acknowledge the errors that's going on, the capping that was going on. Your shit got to be down there too, man. You got to be able to go deep enough to the ears start popping a little bit in this boxing shit. You just can't sit up there and let Knockdown tell them lies like that and y'all don't correct them. That's unfair, bro. That's fucked up. And clearly Cam won the debate tonight 2-1. And you wait to get to the end and say, well, people was crying that I didn't explain. Well, look, the ego of ETB is gonna be like, oh, I ain't think I had to explain some of y'all niggas. And that's where I'm at with it. Them bogus ass freaking bullshit ass debates over there, man. It's garbage, dog. It's garbage. Real talk. But I appreciate, the apostles showing up over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they showed up and got their admissions, their debate admissions, because you should have left up out of there with a trophy. You broke down the details. You weren't dropping profanity every other sentence. No professionalism was coming from Knockdown. That's who he is. He just yell and scream and all that. He know he'd be in trouble. I'm not gonna give this nigga the time of day, man. Especially the bullshit he pulled off by trying to say, oh, he didn't know who I was when I called him up. Because this is a nigga say, oh, hit me up. I hit him up. He wanted to play little kiddie games with a grown ass man. With a grown ass fucking man, but you want a goddamn debate. Nigga, you know, bro. That shit is gonna go left quick. 10 minutes, give me 10 minutes. We can't do a freaking Terrence Crawford and freaking Bud Crawford. I want to do something else. We definitely do something else. I don't respect that nigga at all, man. This nigga come, just not even respecting the fact that Cam gave him some shit that was right, that was detailed to the fact. That's what the debate is about. He did his fucking homework. You could tell he did his homework. And y'all just brushed this man off like he wasted his fucking time. And then, the F-bombs start dropping Cam in the third. Now, you should have dropped them motherfuckers out the gate. Listen, you hoe-ass nigga, this ain't going to be easy for you. I'm ready. Because that's exactly how they look at you. That's exactly how they look at you, brother. They're not gonna give you they're not gonna give you the respect that you should get from this, man. Let me see if anything else on here that I want to see.
To be explained, it was clear.
He would have put him where he needed to put it. The rounds would have been much closer. But it was a good debate, and y'all already know y'all can find me at D3 boxing matchup.
We ain't giving no freaking shout outs over here. Let me get to this chat, man. I appreciate everybody's been here. I'm not gonna be able to get to everybody. I'm just gonna skim through this, but you know how that hot grease get. You know what it is, man. Let me put my thumbnail back up there. This was another trash debate series reaction from WCS, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad about it. You know everything I said. Y'all not explaining the shit in the first round on knockout like he had a perfect round, but you gonna critique Cam? Bullshit, trash. Bullshit, trash, dog. And then say, oh, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It wasn't even close. Trash, man. Motherfucking trash and disrespect. Another debate that made no sense to have in the first place if you was gonna screw the man over the way you did. Real talk. They have a good time doing that shit too. They have a good time. Unfortunately, they have a good time, and only one person freaking benefit from it. But hey, those of you that's participating in that debate series coming up, you go ahead, fools. You go ahead. Shout out to XO Factory on deck, man. I see you, XO. How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. K was off the mic and emotional. Man, this nigga always emotional, man. Always yelling and screaming, talking about shit. And you can Google it. And you out there in the chat, you could do this. First of all, let me clarify some discrepancies that I mentioned, because that shit in his debate series, yeah, he got some of that damn shit from me. Real talk. But let me clarify some shit. That bogus ass poll that you put up, he does that shit on purpose just to influence those in the chat, first of all. And also to influence the replay for anybody who's paying attention and tuned into that debate for views. He put up the bogus ass polls. The only thing that is non-biased in that entire chat is the coin flip. I could have sworn WCS mentioned that too. That's my shit too, ain't it? That knockdown, ain't that my shit too? Then the shit you were saying that you start speaking to those on the panel and those out there in the chat, look it up on Google. Wasn't you trying to speak on Errol Spence? Why do you have a bad habit in using these far-fetched analogies on other fighters? When you was talking about who was the better fighter, you know, the question posed been who's the better fight between Crawford and Spence, and you up here talking about Leo Santa Cruz and Davis and Dimitri Bivol and Canelo Alvarez. That is the worst freaking analogy. That is the worst. Why can't you just stay on topic? Stay on motherfucking topic without bringing up other shit that makes no sense, man. If you're going to try to get on Cam for bringing in accolades, stay your punk ass on damn topic and stop going all the way off over here and talking about somebody else's accolades. You see how that ties that in? Then G5 say, tie the bow, put a bow on it. Nigga, you didn't put a bow on shit. How does that pertain to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford when you was up here saying, oh, accolades don't matter, but yet you was trying to say Leo Santa Cruz, a 4-weight world champion, who's the better fight between him and Tank in one division? You was mentioning accolades, right, dumb nigga? Yeah, you was mentioning accolades, right? You was trying to say, oh, Dimitri Bivol is a 1 division champion, but Canelo is a 4 division champion. Who's the better fighter? You was comparing them with accolades. See, that's what happened when you get these goddamn barefoot, these Sutter Home freaking Walmart bottle drinkers, and they'll sit up here and be saying shit, but nigga like me just be up there, just like that Hulk, just hovering the bull, I get to it at the end. Don't worry about it. But yeah, nigga, you was up here telling Cam, oh, nobody want to use no accolades to do anything. But you went right up there and used the accolades with Leo Santa Cruz and Canelo Alvarez because they had more accolades than Dimitri Bivol and Gervonta Davis. But you say Cam couldn't use the motherfucker. He couldn't use no accolades. Accolades wasn't a part. Man, I was boy. Man, y'all need to understand that's some bullshit, boy. That's some bullshit, y'all. But shout out to the motherfucking apostles for stepping in the game. You know what I'm saying? Stepping in the square, going hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Cam did his thing. He spit the facts. If you can't spit facts and get the respect, then I'm going to tell you once again, don't ever return back over there. Because they're gonna do you the same way every time. If certain individuals that's being wrapped up nice and warm over there in their bromance, they're not gonna give you the credit that you want. They're not gonna give you the credit that you deserve tonight by going in there scorching their ass with motherfucking factual details. I think they wanna. I think when it comes down to it, Cam, I think these niggas want you to go in there like it's a pageantry, and it's a pageant show or something, a talent show, and they want you to act like a fucking clown and say some dumb shit and jump around and do some couple of flips and do something crazy and wild and say, hey, I like his energy. Oh my God, I like his energy and everything. That first backflip that he did, no hander. Oh my God. They want you to do some shit like that. If you go up there and kick straight facts and you sounding like you're talking to your son and you're not yelling and screaming and all that, they don't like that, Cam. They didn't like how you was talking like you was talking to your kids. You know what I'm saying? You was talking to him like you was explaining stuff to your kids and they was about to go from elementary to middle school and it was the first day. It's just some things I need to explain to you that's going to take place in middle school that you just didn't see in elementary. You understand that? Okay, first and foremost, you have all your required items, right? Okay. What I want you to understand, I don't want you hanging out in the hallways. You might have lockers, but it may be some other extracurricular activities going on in the bathroom and in the hallways. Okay. I don't want you to be a part of that. All right. I don't want you to be a part of that. These kids up here in middle school, they're much older. Understand that it's much different than elementary. It's a lot more that you have to deal with. Now, one thing, don't let nobody take your lunch. If somebody take your lunch, you need to make somebody aware of that. You got your cell phone on you? Okay. If somebody taking your lunch, I want you to text me immediately so I can come up there and see what the fuck is going on. All right? Cam was pretty much breaking that shit down like he was in there talking to students. You might want to take notes. Number 2 pencil or pen is blue ink preferable. Okay, take notes, please. That's what y'all should have been doing today, taking notes. I guarantee you when they hit the replay, them niggas gonna take notes. And look, knock down. If he ever debate Crawford and Spence again, he's gonna use some of your shit. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. That's a good point. ITC Boxing to you said, but they act like they can't understand logic. No, brother, that's you giving them an excuse as if they don't understand it. They understand it, but it's called denial. It's called denial, man. They understand the logic. They refuse to accept it, man. That's what that is. They understand all of it. Buckle Up Boxing Talk. Salute to you, brother. They called Bud a liar when Arrow tweeted, I'm fighting November 19th with or without. But I'm fighting someone else, and so is he. They don't recognize anything he do wrong. That's why I can't participate in that bullshit. Because I know how to use my 10 minutes. I know how to use my 10 minutes. Did you see the faces when I got the cooking? Niggas got the fixing their hats. Yes, sir, man. You was over there kicking some straight up literature. You was going in detail stuff that's just boxing education 101, man. Boxing education 101. Them us had to take their cap off and let that scalp breathe. Whoo, shit is getting hot. They thought you had dumped a cup of hot grease on their head and messed up one of their fitteds. You know what I'm saying? They thought you had messed up one of their fit. Oh man. Whoo, I thought he had messed up my signature. Man, I paid a lot of money for this. Damn, that hot grease ain't nothing to fuck with. Damn. Shout out to Shaw News and Sauce Experience, AK Showtime Shaw. Appreciate you. Shout out to Team Tucker on deck, man. And if you want to donate to the channel, man, there go the Cash App, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to Team Tucker, though, on deck in July 1st, man. He says they had 2 Toney Week judges over there. Yeah, man. That's why I said they was worse than the Toney Week debacle, because for one, G5 did not even give a breakdown. And he was trying to critique Cam. He was trying to critique Cam on what he said. And he want to talk about just because Cam said he didn't defend his title. But yet we all know what he meant. But yet you didn't say Knockout said anything wrong. What? And then goddamn ETB come up here. Keep it 100. It wasn't even close. Nigga, cap. You're lying. Stop it. Man, y'all bogus, man. That's bogus, man. Man, you know, Cam, you should go there knowing that you bust their ass the first 2 rounds for show. You bust their ass, man. For real. They want to talk about wasn't even close. That's what he was talking about. ETB was talking about them 2 rounds wasn't close at all, because they were saying to themselves, God damn, this nigga killing Knockout. Oh my God. Shit. They up there texting Knockout behind the saying, nigga, you okay? God damn, maybe you need to take like a energy pill. You got a 5-hour with that nigga. This nigga killing you. And you know that nigga WCS is gonna do a reaction on it. Are you okay? Did you get the wine, nigga? Get the wine. Put a goddamn pill in that motherfucker. Shake it up, stir it. Nigga, take it to the head. Come on. Toss a sugar cube in there or something, nigga. Wake the fuck up. He killing you, man. You can't save an Errol Spence fanboy. Judging Spence Crawford debate, them niggas are different over there. They are. They differently in a way on they choose to be that way. Don't never give them the pass to say what they don't understand. They fully grasp their actions, bro. They fully grasp all that. They know what the fuck they doing. Them niggas are freaking robbing motherfuckers on purpose. They don't give a fuck. They have an alliance. And that's the only word you should always understand right there. They have an alliance. Always know that for a fact, y'all. Always. They have an alliance. And that alliance is without integrity, and without integrity. Clearly, anybody who watched that replay, Cam came in there swinging axes. Shout out to James on deck. Young man's game was good. He came in that motherfucker like Paul Bunyan with Jason music. You had to EJ Toney Weeks, judges Cam Edwards was Rolly Romero opponent. He wasn't winning the debate. He wasn't, man. They tried to make Cam Ismael Barroso tonight. That's all. The fix was in. And look, I can't even put Cam in there as Barroso because he wasn't even taking no punishment, nigga. He wasn't even taking no punishment tonight. That's real talk. He wasn't taking no punishment. He was dishing out punishment, man. The man did his homework. He did his studies. Man came in there breaking down codes and they said, oh my God, I hate him. Why did he have to -6 Delta, 43 appendum Bravo -667 943-Hotel Tango Alpha Delta _ Romeo. God damn it. Cam was swinging that shit. What? The Cam was goddamn tearing their ass up, boy. They didn't know what the fuck to do. This thing is breaking down numeric and phonetic. Damn. Both numeric and phonetic. This nigga ain't playing. This nigga ain't playing. Both numeric and phonetic. Don't bring up what happened to Brooks before the Spence fight either. But these guys' heads will literally explode. Man, it's facts. They can't ignore that. They can't ignore that. So I'm saying, Blunts, man, he had to be tilting up that barefoot of Southern Homes special. You get 10 Southern Homes for $9.99, a special bargain. Get them before they run out. Man, so dude had Sugar J backstage and then wrapped up his show. Wow. Hey man, I told you, you just can't put a young warrior, upcoming warrior like Sugar J and have them the respect, because dude, I'm telling you as a grown man, that Gooch, I'm telling you as a grown man, they don't like them niggas in Omaha, dog. That's the way they talk. They're not gonna respect Sugar J as a boxer coming up in the amateurs. These niggas don't rock like that. Showtime will tell you. These niggas are all about online personalities, man, and holding down clicks. They're not gonna respect this man enough because he's in Omaha. He in the gym with Bud. They have this freaking epidemic going on. But anybody over there, they're not gonna really fuck with. They're not gonna really fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? These niggas wear the same color panties, dog. They're not gonna fuck with your amateur. They're not gonna show that man the respect as you should show an amateur, bro. They're not gonna be in the gym like Showtime. You know what I'm saying? They're not. They're not. Real talk, they're not. These dudes don't care about being in gyms like that and putting eyeballs. They haven't shot an amateur card. I have several. That's not what they do, man. I don't want Sugar J having to go over there and try to get into these debates and feel some type of way about the sport of boxing, extra stress on the young warrior. I'm just saying, it's up to you, but they don't care, bro. Nigga said, step on your feet, push you back into a septic tank, and drop the lid on your ass. For real, man. I'm just saying, like, get the shit done for real. You want to be on some bullshit, let me help you bathe in it. I knew G5 was going to be unbiased, but I respect his nature of bias. It made me more comfortable being robbed. G5 know he was bad for that, man. And we good. I mean, that's a good guy, real talk. Genuine dude. He don't have to be my friend like that. But we good. But he know what I'm talking about is for real. All you gotta do is hit the replay, G5. You did not critique KO in that round. You didn't, bro. You just critique Cam and say, and that's why I gave it to KO. What? What? Hey, Cam, Gucci, y'all ever get the re-invite to be a judges? That's all you gotta say. Well, you know, hey, I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of things you said there, ETB, that wasn't on topic. That wasn't even close, and with that said, I'm gonna give it to Cam. That's all you gotta say. You don't have to explain. These niggas didn't explain. These niggas didn't explain, dog. Remember, that's how they judge over there. You don't have to explain shit. They didn't explain. They didn't explain nothing to y'all, bro. What y'all saying about G5 is not what I'm just talking about the debate. I ain't got shit to say about that man in person. We good. And really, when it comes to ETB, I don't deal with him like that. But I know the people that he deal with over there, it's always going to be something that he going to favor them. And it's okay. I'm not asking him to do anything different. I'm not asking him to do anything different. If that is the community you part of, cool. I don't have shit to do with that. But that shit you did on the pound today, You know that was you was wrong, bro. That was bullshit, and you know it. You didn't even care. You didn't even put forth the effort to make that shit seem like it was real. You know what I'm saying? Like you genuinely put effort into listen to. The only time you put efforts in the last round because people was calling you out on the shit. Shout out to my guy Deion Washington, man. Salute to you, brother. Stay on code. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you in the building. KO wasn't even on topic, but I got penalized for it. That's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying, man. Am I bullshitting? I'm not bullshitting you, bro. He wasn't even on topic a lot of times. This nigga, look, I sat there and I just put that shit together easily. Because I knew what they was gonna do. They get so wrapped up in hearing themselves talk. I knew they was gonna contradict themselves. And yes, they did. They turned around and tried to dilute Accolades, but yet use Accolades with Dan Leo Santa Cruz and Tank Davis. Oh my God. Niggas, do Accolades matter or not? You can't sit up here and use a motherfucking argument. Accolades matter with Canelo and Dimitri Bivol, but it don't matter for Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. The shit don't work like that. Shut the fuck up. It don't work that way, nigga. You know it, I know it. That shit doesn't work that way. Just because you say, oh, accolades don't matter. Why in the hell you use this garbage ass trash narrative to compare the best fighting, the best fighter? The best fighter. You're trying to say because Leo had more accolades and Tank is the more better fighter because he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz when Leo had more accolades, right? But I thought accolades didn't matter though. I thought accolades didn't matter. You can't say accolades don't matter just because Leo lost to Tank. He had the accolades before Tank. That's the wild part about it. You said Dimitri Bivol is a 1 division champion, but you compare him to Canelo, who had 4 divisions. The accolades, you comparing accolades, bro. To make your point, you are comparing accolades. So stop with the freaking narrative that accolades don't matter. You need to get help. Y'all need to get help, man. Oh, the chat was saying copy box is inaccurate. Man, I wouldn't use copy box as no freaking piece of evidence or argument, making a point. But it's still petty, though. They can sit up here and talk about freaking fighters that got all these accolades fighting other fighters who don't have as much accolades, but accolades don't matter. I got it. So why are you trying to big up someone's accolades to prove a point? Nigga, learn how to debate. I told you, you should take time off on this shit, man. You suck. Yeah, he was screaming for help, man. And these niggas, they use all the tricks of the trade. Motherfuckers be sending them information on the phone and goddamn helping them out when they log off. I told you, every debate should be on screen the entire time, bro. You log off screen or whatever the case, man, it should be only from, situations you can't stop. Ben Israel just happy to see his name pop up over here in the chat because I took his ass off the block list. Don't come over here fucking up, Ben. I don't hold grudges like that. Don't come over here fucking up. I know you were shocked to see your comments pop up in my chat, huh? Don't come talking no bullshit, nigga. For real. Cab, I never seen you that relaxed. Yeah, Cab was relaxed, man. Talking to him like that was his son, dog. His points was on line with everything in order. You know what I'm saying? In order. Just like a spreadsheet. Bulletized points. Excellent. Excellent debate. You shouldn't even think about anything less than you winning that debate because you did, man. Fuck all that. Fuck all that, man. You don't have to go over there yelling and screaming like them dudes that think you won. You know you won that debate. Knockdown was talking about some shit that didn't have nothing to do with the topic. And they just gonna say, well, hey, Cam, first of all, I don't like your name. And second, you was just speaking a little bit too calm for me. And with that said, I gave it a knockout. Okay? Change your name next time. They didn't give him the chance, dog. Damn. Man, you ain't getting on my motherfucking line dealing with your ass. Man, please. Don't test the waters, dog. I just let you off confinement, bro. I just let you out on parole, man. Don't start asking for too much, bro. Salute the WCS chat to the honorable man in the chat. My boy Cam did his thing in facts over opinions when you debate. Copy box rec matters. Yes, sir. Especially when a fighter been fighting catch weights. Yes, sir. They try to act like, oh, well, that's 147. No. So what weight class they say you in? If you fight 148, 149, they're gonna say welterweight. Come on, bro. Come on, we can't be that stupid. What they just ignoring shit. You just ignoring shit, bro. Like, come on, when are you gonna acknowledge something shit? Like, damn, you just ignoring everything, bro. Like, come on, man. Damn. Acknowledge something. Man, they be giving that nigga freaking wins, man. They be giving that dude wins. Real talk. Shout out to Big Blunts Unboxing, man, with the $2 super chat. Hot effing grease, man. I appreciate you, Blunts, for the donation. I appreciate you. Yes, sir, indeed. Big Blunts Unboxing with the $2 super chat. Hot effing grease all day. Yes, sir. You know. I'm gonna goddamn love that debate series. I'm not gonna be as active on it because it's just gonna be people on there that I know that can't debate. And they're gonna be doing their own shit, and still you got the same culprits that's in charge of it. The approving authority. This is gonna make sure the money goes to certain people at the end of the day. I'm telling you, that shit's looking like a motherfucking Ponzi scheme, man. I'm telling you, man. People want to go over there, do what you want. Put that punishment on yourself. But hey, y'all know what it is, man. I had to come over here and get this trash debate series out the way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to do. Bud Spence happening 2 months from now. Yeah, right. A lot of people are putting out just information from whatever source is cool. But I'm not going to be the one putting that shit out. And from what people was talking about, it's supposed to be announced this week. Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm not talking about it, man. This topic right here is just one of those, like, no one considers you to be human. All they look at is a social media presence, a social media familiarization, and they take it as that. They don't look at you as a human being, like who you could be in real life. They just look at you, oh, you support that side, stay over there. We don't like you. We over here. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. This topic has ruined lives, man, on the YTC. You got people who just, their blood pressure goes up talking about this, dog. But man, shout out to the hitters that was on deck tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to close this down. Shout out to the hitters. Congratulations to Cam. Cam Edwards went over there and did his thing, man. Showed that he's a boxing astute. Showed that he was willing to go in there and take that debate serious. He studied. He prepared. I always talk about the 5 P's there, Cam. You know what the 5 P's are? Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. I always talk about the P's. You demonstrated that you were prepared tonight, and you went over there and delivered the information in the debate the way you're supposed to. That was absolutely facts. And look, not only that, Cam, I'm surprised when I was watching the debate. I say, damn, he's not gonna say something about Knockout not getting a single critique. Nigga, I would have lit the place up. I say, first of all, I ain't going no further till you tell me something. Give me 5 things that you saw that he did in debate, because you up here thinking you're gonna get that shit over on me. You're gonna get me. W said she didn't do this and this and that for me. I give it the knock. No. Hold on now. So you saying his debate was perfect? You trying to tell me all that damn rambling on and shit, talking about nothing up to people that don't even have no type of relevancy to the panel. They just listening ears, right? You're gonna try to explain to me that this dude said everything perfected, per perfection. He was right on line, perfected. That's what you're gonna say? If you would have said yes, well, hey, it's no need for me to stay here then, because if it's gonna be that easy for him to sit up here and ramble on and talk some nonsense that don't have anything to do with boxing, there's no need for us to go and debate then. If it's gonna happen like that, if you're not gonna critique that man, you say he had a perfect round, that's bullshit, bro. And then the second round too, and then for the judges to say, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't even close. Bullshit, nigga. You're lying. But appreciate y'all, man. Salute to you. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. You want to support the channel, feel free, but hit the like button on your way out. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button.